Hello everyone and welcome to the next in our series of daily origami for YouTube. Today we're going to do another fun traditional origami project, and it kind of takes off of what we did yesterday with the house, but we're just going to make some slight variations to it to make our own piano or organ, if you will. So as we did yesterday, and with most of these traditional projects, they usually use a square piece of origami paper with some exceptions. This one does use a square piece. So I'm using paper that's 15 by 15 centimeters, and you just need one of those. Now, you can use any size paper you want to. You can make this super small so that you can make a little piano for your own dollhouse. You can make it bigger. If you make it bigger, you kind of need to use stronger paper, I would say. So kind of keep that in mind. But I'll go ahead and show you guys the process here. So I'm going to take my piece of paper. We want to go ahead and start off with our color side facing down and fold the paper in half. And we're going to do this both ways so that we can get good marks here where the center is. So I'm going to fold this way first. Open things up, turn it, and go the other way too. And when we make this second crease, you could just leave it folded in half. Turn it around so that that creased edge is now on the top and our open flaps are down here at the bottom. Take the right side and fold it towards the center. Get it lined up there with that center line that we've made. Keep your top and bottom edges lined up so that you know you're getting a straight crease. And then we're going to fold the other side over too. I like to turn my stuff around so I can kind of work it the right way here. Get it back the way it was though, so we still have those open flaps down at the bottom. And we're going to do a squash fold where we open up these areas, pop it all the way open inside, get the two flaps here stretched out as far as they can so that they lay flat, and then use this edge that you see here so that you can smush straight down and line it up with the edge that's hiding underneath here too, this edge of this paper. Get that lined up and then smooth out your edges. And that'll give you a nice little triangle on the top and a perfect little rectangle underneath it. I'm going to do the same thing with this side too. So we just get in here, open this section up, and then smush everything down. And that's the house that we made yesterday. Now from here, we're going to do just a couple extra little steps so that we can finish it off to make what will become a organ or piano. So I'm going to take this whole middle section area here and fold straight up and keep it nice and lined up with things so that you can get a good crease there. Now I'm going to make a crease through the middle of this rectangular section by folding down to the edge I just made. So we'll make a good crease here. Open that back up again. Now I have a nice crease that runs through the middle. Now I'm going to take the top section and fold to that crease again. I have that folded there, then I'm going to also fold it down again one more time. And that's going to give me the part that I need then to create the base of my organ. Now if you just take the sides that we have here, and I can go ahead and do this really quick. We're going to I have part of the crease already made. I'm going to fold all the way in again, making sure that that crease gets made up there at the top. I'll do this side too. And I'll just get this kind of to lay out at a good angle, and then these sides to come up, and that should give you your completed organ. Now, it can be a little tricky because sometimes these don't, stay together. A couple of ways to deal with that are to use a little bit of glue or tape, which I know people don't want to use. I'm only suggesting it as an alternative. For the way we're doing it today, we're not going to use it, which means that it might kind of have a tendency to pop out a little bit. You can also choose to make sure you keep this straight out like this, and then you pop out that bottom part to create a nice angle there. So yeah, it doesn't necessarily always keep folded over. I think one thing that can kind of help sometimes is to keep these sides creased over as tight as you can get them, and to leave it almost for a while under book like this. And then once you've gotten those creases so that they just really want to stay tight in there on the side, then you can pull out here and it should stay fairly close together. And you don't need any glue or tape. You just use the force of the paper to bring it in really tight. So if you make sure that those creases are really strong, it should come together fairly well and not have a tendency to come out in an awkward way. So that should give you your completed little piano or organ. Now we'll get the dimensions here on this, and that way if you're trying to make one for a small thing like a dollhouse or something, you'd know the size. In terms of height, it's going to be about 7.5 centimeters tall. And for the width, it's also going to be 7.5 centimeters. So easy math, that's half of the size of my paper. So you know if you need to make a piano that's, 2 centimeters tall and wide, then you'd need to start off with some paper that's 4 centimeters by 4 centimeters. Pretty nice, easy math ratio. So that's the finished dimensions for our little organ, which is our finished project for today. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.